So here's what I'm doing. You've heard a little bit of background. You've heard my story. Here's what I'm doing now. I am looking to put a group of people together for a mastermind to where we all come together with one agenda, well, one thing in common, and that being we are in charge of a family business. And I do think there is something to be said for the second generation. You know, I'm not looking for the founder. I'm really not looking for the third generation or the fourth generation. I'll tell you what the latest research shows is that only 30% of companies go from first generation to second generation. Only 10% of companies go from second generation to third generation. And from what I can find, only 4% go from third generation to fourth generation. So what I would like to do is start a mastermind to where we have a group of people who are sitting in the dad's chair. I'm sitting in mom's chair. I'm in the office where my aunt, uncle, grandfather started this company. And regardless of circumstance, and really regardless if you wanted to be in it or not, you're in the seat. And I'm looking to connect with you through email. And as we get this group going, I want to just really start a network, an association of second generation family business owners. And we can, I'm thinking we meet maybe twice a year, maybe 4 times a year, once a quarter, depending on the interest, to where we meet. We have an agenda. It's very informal. We don't bring in speakers. We don't bring in vendors necessarily to start, but I think there could be when we start together of talking about areas that we really want help in, maybe then we go out and get a group of resources that are in the professional part, that would be vendors or customer or people that could help us with some of the pain points that we identify from our mastermind. I don't know if you've ever been a part of a mastermind, but I will tell you it has, I don't want to say changed my life. I'm not trying to be dramatic about it, but I will tell you, and I know I'm a little bit different. I have a couple of master's degree. I have a PhD degree. I read. I try to read. I'm an avid reader. Most of the business books. I'm trying to read recreationally, but I'm always drawn to the business book. I'm a lifelong learner. I know not everybody is, so I'm not saying that's good or bad, but all of my life, really starting from college, I went to events. I went to training. Continuing education with as a psychologist, I had to have, I think it was 20 hours a year, maybe 20, it was 40 hours every 2 years. I had to doc that I was staying up with the current practices. It's just been who I am. And people look at me all the time, I just look at me like, you're crazy. Why are you doing this? And why not? I'm hungry to learn. I'm hungry to grow. I'm hungry to be around people that are smarter than me. I'm hungry to be around people that can relate to what I'm going through. So there's just so many aspects that a mastermind has literally, again, changed my life is strong, but I'm who I am today because of the time and attention that I have put into growing as a person. And that's not just personally, but professionally. And I highly recommend connecting to a group. You may say, I'm not a frou-frou, whatever. These are, I think you would be very surprised if you've not done it. Within the first 2 hours of being around people like you, you're like, my goodness, you've been reading my email. I mean, we have so much in common. And when you get a group of people together in a room that are discussing issues that we're all facing, it's amazing what transpires. And it's amazing the takeaways of everything I've done in the past, I can look at it and say that has catapulted me in so many areas. So I am a huge advocate. I realize if this is the first time for you, you may be doubtful, you may be nervous, you may be like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'd love to have a 10-minute phone conversation with you and I could explain, kind of where I'm coming from. And I think I can alleviate some of those fears or expectations or hesitancies about you joining this group. But I really need you to consider being a part, not for what you'll learn, but also for what you'll contribute. I believe we each have a significant contribution we can make to the group as a whole. So I'm looking forward to connecting with you. I hope I've got my email in the description below. I'm going to give you my cell phone, and if I'm on the phone a lot, if you'll leave a message, I promise you I'll call back. I'm just looking to build this group of people that we can help each other make our second generation family business the best it can be. For some of us it may be selling. For some of us it may be closing it. For some of us it may be growing it. For some second generation, if you're around my age, I'm mid-50s, you may have children that would love to get in the business. You may have children that would not love to be in the business. In my situation, I have other family members working with us. There's a lot of challenges there, but it's positive. There's just so many more positives than challenges or obstacles. But I'm trying to create a place that we can all get together and learn from each other to be the best we can be as people, but also for our businesses. So I really would love for you to consider being a part of what we're doing. Shoot me an email. Some of you may be like, hey, I've been looking for this too. And I'm excited to hear from you. My phone number's here. My email is here. I can't wait to see you. And when we get, I've got several people already interested. When we get this going, what we'll do is shoot out emails and start looking at dates to say, our first meeting is here. And I think it's something that we we'll look back on one day to say, man, I'm really glad I was a part of that group. So I look forward to hearing from you by phone or by email.